Hi you guys, today we are going to learn how to tape the ankle from the very beginning. Last day we learned how to tape the second part of the ankle, or the second phase, which was your figure 8 heel lock. Today we are going to learn how to tape an ankle from the very beginning. First few things I want to point out on the foot are some just anatomical positioning and terminology. So when we're referring to the outside of the foot, we're referring to lateral. When we're referring to the inside of the leg or the foot, this is medial. The top of your foot here, the arch, is where your metatarsals are, and so I might refer to that. The very bottom of your heel is your calcaneus bone. And the technique we're gonna learn is called a basket weave technique. And just a couple other things I want to note about taping an ankle. Taping an ankle, the purpose is not to get the athlete into play sooner than necessary. It is there to provide support for the athlete after rehabilitation, proper rehabilitation. Taping the ankle too soon, before the ankle is fully functional, can be dangerous. It can give the athlete a false sense of security and can cause re-injury. So once again, this is to provide support after the injury has healed and to prevent re-injury or basically a recurrent injury or a chronic injury. Using the basket weave technique, we are going to tape for the most common ankle sprain, which is when the ankle is twisted or turned in. That's called an inversion sprain, where the ankle rolls inward medially. You can tape the opposite direction if the sprain were to happen laterally. That's called an eversion sprain. Sometimes both will happen. The ankle and the ligaments will get torn both from an inversion and then again from an eversion, but the most common one is rolling the ankle in. So we are going to learn how to tape for that. We're going to start taping an ankle for an inversion sprain, as I was telling you. Now, if your athlete had any skin irritations, you would use ProWrap to put underneath the tape. To have the ProWrap stick, you would have to spray an adherent onto it, but again, only if the athlete has any skin sensitivities or allergies. Another thing that athletic therapists will commonly do is they'll apply something called a heel lace pad on the top of the ankle and behind the Achilles tendon, just to kind of protect these high friction areas. And again, they would use just a little bit of lubricant to apply that heel lace pad. I know you guys don't have those at home, so I'm not going to use these in my demonstration today. To start off with, we are going to start with our anchors. Now you're going to landmark and start at the base of the calf muscle, so kind of at the bottom where the calf muscle ends and attaches to the Achilles tendon. And you're going to do 3 anchors, starting from the front on the front and looping around. You'll notice that the skin follows the contour, or the tape follows the contours of the skin, and I am overlapping by half. You'll also notice that my anchors almost take a slight, almost like a slight tear shape path, as opposed to going directly around. Okay, so I have 3 anchors at the top of the ankle. Next, starting on the arch of the foot, on top of the metatarsals there, I'm going to start on the medial side. I'm going to come under the foot and I push down with my thumb to splay the foot. This avoids the metatarsals from compressing. And I'm going to do 2 anchors here, overlapping by half, and again pushing down with my thumb on the bottom of the arch, and that's referred to splaying the foot. Now I'm going to apply stirrups and horseshoes. To start my first stirrup, remember we're trying to protect the ankle from going in, so I'm going to start my stirrups on the medial side, and I'm going to use my hand to push it down with the tape. I'm going to come under the calcaneus bone. And before I press the tape down, I'm going to rip and I'm going to pull the tape up. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling the ankle out to provide support so that it won't roll in. Okay, I'm going to flatten my tape. And now, starting on the inside, the medial side, I'm going to do something called a horseshoe. So just below the ankle bone, I'm going to come behind the heel and apply my first horseshoe strip. A few wrinkles there, just flatten it out. There. So I'm going to do 3 of those. So that's the first one. Again, I start on the inside of the ankle. I overlap the tape by half. I come underneath the ankle bone. And really important that the athlete keeps their foot in a 90-degree angle. You pull up laterally to provide support, and you press the tape down. You add your second horseshoe, again, overlapping by half, coming behind the ankle. Pressing the tape down, and then your last stirrup, same thing, come under the heel bone. And I really do, I pull up quite a bit, and you can feel that support preventing the ankle from wanting to roll in. So I flatten that tape down. I'm going to add my last horseshoe, again overlapping by half. And you can see how I'm slowly closing in the tape here. Okay. I'm going to add some anchors here to support my horseshoes. So I'm going to do 4, starting medially, so not laterally. I'm going to start on the inside of the foot. I'm going to come up. 1, much shorter, overlap by half. 2, overlapping by half. 3, and last anchoring strip. 4. Okay. I'm then going to do the same thing, but from the leg, starting high and moving distally away. I'm going to fill in the gaps. 1. Looks like I'm only going to need maybe 2 strips here. 3. Okay. So this is the basket weave, phase 1 of it. So I'm just going to give you a kind of a 360 view here. You can see at the top how I've overlapped by half. You can see the side, how we're trying to keep that foot at a 90-degree angle. You can see the lateral stirrups. Okay. The bottom of the foot, there's no windows or gaps or spaces. And then the medial side of the foot.